Hi YouTube, it's Queen Pam Elon QP here, and I got in a couple of sets of ink. They are by Altenew, and they came in these boxes. I stripped off the labels as best I could and labeled the bottom part of the ink cube because there's nothing on there, and if the top comes off, you have no idea what the name is. So I either write it with an ink pen. This is a label that didn't quite go so well. With a paint marker. I put it away. And because it'll stay on the plastic, or, the label, if the label works out. Well, this one actually did work out, so that's good. Um, if the label won't stick, I use some packing tape and go around it if I can get a label. I also have some tags that I created in my Silhouette Cameo software, and it's on paper tray ink paper because that's what I stamp on the most, because I want to be able to get a true representation of the color. I also have bought the reinkers, and I'm going to show you what I do with them. So first I want swatches of the color. I also want swatches of the color actually on the ink pad, because sometimes I don't look at these, sometimes I do. And I also want the color on the tops because I store my reinkers standing up. So I'll get set up and I'll be back. I'm starting with the reinkers because I need to put this gesso on the top like so. I'm just going a little bit around. It's depending upon how I see it in the drawer. Be helpful. And some on the top. And then I need to let that fully dry before I do the next piece. While we are waiting for those to dry, I label my tags. And I'm just going to put ALT because I know what that means, and the name of the color, like so. You could make stickers or something, but I don't. This is a carbon pen by Platinum, and it has waterproof ink, so I don't have to worry about if I stamp over it, it'll smear. I will also use a large hole punch. I'll get that and be back. All right, so I have waffle flowers, 4 ink pads. That's what it says. Or here's the numbers. Or maybe it's here on the front somewhere. It might be. So I have it in upside down. Color combos for ink pads. And I like this size right here. And I have a little ink block. I'm going to need my stamp pad cleaner so that I can get a true clean it in between each one. I'm going to start with the light ones and lemon ice. The top off. Make sure this is clean. Pretty sure that I generally put it away clean. Get a good inking. Need to have a scrap. Start with. You'll work. As you know, sometimes you don't get a good ink. And then press it down, let it hold a little bit so that the ink can transfer. And voila. While I have the top off, find my reinker And this is why you want to make absolutely sure that this is dry, because you don't want the gesso to transfer to your ink pad. So there's that one. At the top one, take my hole punch and punch a hole in it and put this with some glue on the ink pad itself. And you can see how great a difference between the printed ink and the stamped ink. One done. I'll show you again with the next one, and then we'll finish up and look at them all. So the next one is orange sherbet. Let's take a dark one so it shows up real well for your example. Red Jasper. Let's clean our stamp. Got ink on, ink off by ink on threes. Stamp cleaner. Stamped it on. Wiping it off just to make sure. Get some water in case it leaves any residue. Don't know that it does, but just checking. So when I make my tags, I like to be exact. Man, that was on there good. Got it all over me. Let me clean up. This is red Jasper. Got a nice example. Let's find red Jasper. Yep. My hand on it. Make sure it's dry. And down from the top, I can at least find a color that's similar to what I'm looking for. Because I keep these in a drawer standing up, in case I didn't say how. And punch the hole. The nice thing about having a hole in the center is if I'm trying to match something up, I can look through the hole and see, oh yeah, I like that. Or it's not close. I have the real color. So that's how I swatch my inks and prepare them for storage. Let me show you how I store them. So I store my cubes in that thinner iris container. And I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 6, 9 rows. And in there I have my tags. So as always, I leave, well, I'm going to come back when I finish it so we can look at all the colors. So I'm all done. There are some interesting things to me because you see how pink that strawberry is, but when it stamps, it is really not pink. And it's very different on the paper. So I'm wondering, I mean, it's so vastly different that I'm wondering, if something went wrong. Blueberry and how different it is from the paper, the label. So that's why I always, always, always like to make my swatches. Orange sorbet, different. Mint chalk, pistachio, and they can still look different even on a different paper. So it just kind of depends on what paper you stamp on. Green onyx and green opal. And I wanted to hold these up together because I wanted to, they're when I first stamped them, like, they're so dark, but they really are different colors. Raw amber, red Jasper. So I encourage you to swatch it out because you just don't know what it's going to look like until you do. As always, I leave you in the hands of the Creator. Bye bye.